and then share the PowerPoint.
Nhóm nào? Which group get the credit? Wow.
Okay. So welcome to our, third global classroom. We're gonna do one more layer of community today. We're gonna talk about how you fit into community, okay? So I think we begin with Dan and Liz. Dan or Liz, do you wanna say something to begin the class?
Dan, do you want to say something?
Or we can jump right into the quiz.
We talk about swimming here for about 15 minutes while Zui was doing important technology things. So Liz, why don't you give a couple of words for the other two classes about swimming?
Yeah, summary of swimming.
A summary of swimming. So Swimmy is a little fish. He stands out as a little different from all of his fellow little fish. But they are swimming around in the water, and then a very large fish comes and eats most of them up, and only Swimmy is left alone. And so Swimmy is, of course, very, very sad. And as he's swimming around the ocean, he sees some very beautiful things that he has never seen before. So he is gaining a lot of knowledge, learning a lot of things, but he is very lonely because he is the only fish of his kind that is swimming in the ocean there. And eventually he finds some other fish like him, and he wants them to be able to see all the beautiful things that he has seen, but they are afraid. They are afraid of being eaten by big fish. And so Swimmy has an idea that if they work as a community, if they work together, they can make the image of looking like a big fish. And then they can go all around the ocean and see many new things and discover different parts of the ocean, going to all the places that they were afraid to go to before. And so that is the story of Swimming. Okay.
Thank you, Liz. Okay, so I hope all my classrooms did the reading because we have our quiz. Currently, the Can Tho University has the highest score. So Thanh An and Vinh Thanh High School, get ready. Okay, so we all know the quiz. Does everybody have their whiteboards?
Yes, place the whiteboard. Your whiteboard, where's your whiteboard?
1 second, we will have that.
Okay, and then Mao, does your classroom have the whiteboard? Yeah, okay, great. All right. So this one, I want you to match the words to the correct definition, okay? So for example, number 1, you are self-sufficient. What is the word to go with that definition, okay? So take 1 minute to match the words with the correct definition. And I think we'll just have one answer per classroom for this because it would be too difficult to write on the board. Yui, does that sound okay?
Yes.
1 answer per classroom? Okay. So Mao and Pooh, 1 answer per classroom.
One is D right off to your ring. One is D, independent. Two
Uh-oh. You're not muted.
okay, but yeah, sorry.
You have 1 minute, Global Classroom. Match the definitions.
We see the answer key from D, so we will have the letter for.
Yep. And then when you're ready, if the teachers can put all of the answers in the chat box. So say 1, whatever, 2, whatever. Huh?
I will show on my board. The key is on the board.
Okay, you'll show the board. Got it. Mal, I don't think I'll see your board, so you will have to chat your answer.
Yeah, you follow the instruction.
That's okay.
You will be in trouble.
Okay, on 3, ready, set, chat your answers. Chat your answers.
One D.
You're not muted. Let me see. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. That was like a puzzle. Now let's see what our answers are. So 1, everybody got correct, D. 2, C, Vintan, not correct. 3, B, everybody got it. 4 was A, Vintan, sorry, okay. Now, we have another one like this, okay? So we're going to take another minute. And again, match the words to the definition. So this is putting the words into the swimmy story. 1 minute to think and then chat your answers. All right, ready and chat your answers. Okay, I have everybody's responses and the answers are, 1 is C. Number 1 is C. Wait, only the Center for Foreign Languages got that right. 2 is D. 3 is A. Again, only Can Tho University got that right. And then 4 is B. Sorry, Vintan, not correct. Okay, great. And now let's just continue with the chat so I can keep track on the chat. Which marvel did Swimmy not see while traveling through the sea? Which marvel did Swimmy not see? Chat your answer as quickly as possible. I see Can An High School. Looks like they know the answer. Okay, everybody says B. What is the answer? B. Everybody got it right. Yay. Okay, and I think we have 2 more. Swimmy is what? Swimmy is what? Chat your answer. Two. What does your classroom say? D. All right. The answer is D. Sorry, Mao. Okay, and oh, that's it. Okay. So I will calculate these scores after the class. And then remember, you will have a surprise if you win all of the Global Classroom quizzes, okay? So now I would like to invite my students to come up and share about their maps. Let's start with Yui's students. And we have 2 students per class. So Yui's 2 students, can you come up? I'm gonna stop share.
Sit here. Yes, okay. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Katie, can you share the photos?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 1 second. I'm gonna share.
The name Quý, right? 2 pictures, 2 photos. Quý.
Okay.
Oh, which one?
Oh.
No, another. The other.
Not that one. Wait, not that one. Not that one. This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Look how cute.
Oh,
Tell a little bit about yourself.
okay. Hi guys. Hi guys. My name is Vy and I'm 15 years old. As you see in this picture, I'm Ramis. But I'm Ramis together with a friend. She will around my face. So, okay. In dependent part, I think I depend on my family, money, and motorbike. Because as you see, I'm student and I'm still young, so I have to depend in my family. And money is if I have money, I can buy anything I can. So I think money is one of things I depend on. And about motorbike, I can ride bike, but I like motorbike more because it's fast and go far. That's farther than bike. And about independent, I think it's a TV, smartphone, and neighborhood. Because I can live if without TV and smartphone 1 week. And don't use it much. And about core development is friend and teacher. Because teacher, when we go to school, teacher will teach you. So I think it's just have benefits with me. So I think it is a core development. And about interdevelopment is what?
What do you write?
I don't know. I just say school and parent.
Events, right?
About interdevelopment is school, because I give school money and I come there to study, so it is interdevelopment. That's all. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for sharing. That was beautiful. Okay, I have to open up a different form to see my other picture. Sorry, 1 minute. Okay, here we go.
Hello.
Hi, I'm just trying to show your picture.
Yes.
1 moment. Wow, got it.
Wait.
Okay, I'm gonna share. Here we go.
Yeah.
Is it moving? Okay.
Yeah. I will. No, I'm sorry. I think I dependent in the canteen, because when I tiring classes, I can go to canteen to buy some food, and it make me feel better. Yeah, and I think I dependent in the family, because it's where I feel comfortable and my parents care about everything for me. Yeah, and I dependent is hospital. We cannot lie without the hospital, because all of us get sick at one list time a year, or even worse. Yes, in here, I think I codependent in the teacher, because they are help me. To get more knowledge, and I help them to get experiences. I codependent classmate. We have each other in learning and in entertainment. No, I'm sorry, and entertaining. And about I codependent library. It's where I can go to there. I get more knowledge. Yeah, and I dependent in neighbor. They can help me, but not everything for me, and so they are not important to me. And I dependent in the computer. I really use it too much. In here, not. I interdependent in money, because it let me to buy what I want and teach me save it. And I interdependent in a smartphone, because it's finding information too fast. And too fast, and but it makes me lazy, If I use is too much, that's all. Thank for your listening.
Thank you. Very good. Good, good, good. Okay, now I'm going to move to Mao's classroom. Let me share those. Okay, 1 second. I have too many things open. Haha, I found it.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, is this correct? Oh wait, no, Mao, you have a different one. I know it. Haha. This one? Or no, that's not you. This one. Yeah?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So I am William, a student in class 10A2. So today I'm going to tell all of you about my 5 effective things in my life. So please look at the screen. First, my mother. She is located by a big circle. That means she is the most important in my list. She is always a perfect role model when I am growing up. She is extremely athletic. No matter how serious my mistakes are, she is always forgive me and teaches me step by step and doesn't remind us anymore. Moreover, she is also overprotective person. She takes care of me and my younger sister very carefully. And she doesn't let me hang out until 9 p.m. When I'm sick, when I'm sad, I just need her to discuss my emotions. So the burdens, the stress, or the pains will be disappeared immediately. I admire her because I think she gave me the best thing ever. So I chose her So that's why I chose her the most important in my list. And next, what about my room and sleep? It stayed with me for a long time. When I was a child, all the activities like doing homework, listening to music, dancing, happened in here. Moreover, in addition, it's every avoid intruding my neighborhood. For example, my neighborhood is next to my house. When I do homework, they sing karaoke, so it's impossible for me to concentrate on studying. So I just go into my room and close the door, so everything's gonna be okay. And next, my naughty friends and Mrs. Mom. Friendship and teacher-student relationships can be fixed when we study at school. Although my friends are actually naughty and annoyed, they are very kind to me and are willing to help me when I don't understand or curious about the homework. Especially Mrs. Mao, she's the best teacher ever. She gave me a lot of interesting knowledge.
Oh no.
And finally, for shop, I am a lover. Every day morning, before I go to school, I always go to the shop and eat it. The taste is very good and nice. It attracted me, so I think I am addicted to it. So that means I am both dependent. I am both dependent on her. So that's enough. That's all of my important things in my list. Are there any questions?
Does anybody have any questions? We'll save the questions for later. Now, who's my next student from Mao's class? Beautiful. Aha.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Today, I want to tell you about four emphases that help the process of
My lady, do you have a microphone? Or, yeah. Okay, try again.
Today, I want to tell you about four emphases that help play the process of the life. Let's begin with parents. Obviously, I depend on my parents since they support me, they take care of me, they do me up, and they also let me know what is love and teach me so many passions in many fields they is very important to me. Secondly, my friends. When beauty unforgettable memory, we experience myself and difficulty together. So it's really happy to have friends. So we can help each other. And when I get in trouble, with someone who expects me that story, I will do it. And my sibling, actually, I didn't want to have any sibling because I didn't want to stay with Canada. So, however, I did spend the night. When I had sibling, I have someone who learned my parents or share emotions and responsibilities together and know what to be upset and me on the standard. So I really respect this much and the relationship. So the next, then why? Yeah, my bedroom is where I sleep, where I relax, where I study, and if I don't have good sleep, I cannot concentrate on doing work or studying. So moreover, the bedroom is a peaceful and safe place where I feel comfortable. And finally, I want to forget what ice cream shop. Yeah, ice cream is my coffee. Yeah, I love ice cream a lot. Last year, I found out ice cream shop that the ice cream was out of its world, especially chocolate ice cream. So now I am their regular customers. I buy around every day.
Okay, thank you. And Mao, we might have to get the students a little closer to the computer next time. The microphone isn't loud enough, but I could hear some of it. Thank you. And now let's move to your classroom. How is your internet, Miss Tu? Okay, great.
It's good. It's good.
It's good? Okay. Let me, this one. Who did this one?
Chi will come.
Chi.
So hello everybody. Okay.
Get closer to the computer and speak loudly.
Okay.
Hello.
Thank
Hello
you.
everybody. My name is Tri and I am a teacher at CFU. So hello guys. Okay. In my life, I have met and worked with many people, but there's 5 people I have just memories about them. Okay, the first one is my mother, my family, then my family. Okay, so if they give me the birth, they give me the birth and also give me the money to study at university. Okay. And when I have problem in my life, they often stand by me and give me good advice to overcome the difficulties. The next person is my best friend. I got a chance to meet him and make a best friend with him when I was a student at university. Okay, and then when we graduated from Can Tho University, we celebrate and have a good job for our futures. And sometimes I often meet him at coffee shop, and we will talk about many stories about our studies, our job, and maybe our future plan. Okay, so the next person is my roommate. My roommate. Her name is Ella. Yeah, and she's lived with me together about 2 years ago. And now we also live together, and we often share our funny or sad story. And sometimes we often go to the supermarket to buy food, and then we cook together and to enjoy it. And the next person is maybe my boyfriend, okay? And I interdependent on him because we often have extra added in studying and do homework and maybe do hard work when he's come to visit me at my boarding house. And the last person, the very special person is Mr. Do you know Mr.? Okay, this is my teacher. Okay, and I dependent on her because he gives me the motivation to work. He's also staying with me and help me when I face too many difficulties in my life. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you for listening. Okay.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, then we have this cool picture. Who's this cool guy, lady?
Jump. Hello, my name is Ram, and I will talk about my 5 most important person and places. The first one is CTU. The first one is CTU is mean like Can Tho University. I'm especially depend on CTU because I study here, and the teachers in CTU give me a lot of useful knowledge, and they also teach me about how to live. The second one is my home. I also depend on home and my family. I cannot live without them. And the third one is my friends. We are interdependent on each other. We study together, we hang out together, and sometimes we share our problems together. The fourth one is my idol. I depend on them because they are an ideal person for me to follow. They have like a lot of good advice for me when I have like a problem. And the final one is my workplace and my coworker. We are codependent on each other. We work together, and we sell the product, and we make money together. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Who is your idol, Tram?
Who is your idol, Tram?
Who is your idol?
My idol is my teacher in high school.
Oh, okay, right. Just curious. Okay, now let's go to Liz once I get back to my PowerPoint. There's Liz. You're muted, Liz.
There we go. Well, thank you all very much. That was very interesting. I think that this is a very good, excuse our cuckoo clock. This is a very good exercise, I think, for everyone to understand how they are supported, how the community helps you, but also where you take leadership. So this is a very good exercise to understand that. One of the things that, from listening to everybody, the most things that you are talking about are people. And that is a very beautiful thing. I was wondering before, you know, how many of you would talk about your phones or the computer, but there was not too much talk of that. And I think it is good for us to also think about what technology does for us. Does it make us independent? Does it make us interdependent? Does it make us, you know, like in the global classroom, we are codependent. We are supporting each other in this way too. And for many people, the computer and the phone become dependent. And then for each of those, we have to evaluate, is it good or is it bad? Or does it not matter? And so on, or is it just fun? But anyway, thank you all for sharing parts of yourself with us, and also for everybody for thinking about this and building community very deeply. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz. Okay, now I see clapping on two sides. Now I want to go into another mini quiz, and this comes from your teachers. So I'm going to invite our teachers to read their story. Okay, so I think my first one is Miss Tu. So your teachers have chosen a person, some people, or a place, and described their relationship with it. I want you, well, the teachers will read the description, and you as a class, you need to guess what is the relationship with that description, okay? And this is a race. The first classroom to chat the correct answer will get a point for our global classroom quiz points, okay? Do you understand? All right, I see thumbs up at Can Tho University. Oopsies. Oh, sorry, Miss Mao, I lied. Mao, you're first. Can you read your story, Miss Mao? Mala, you're muted. Mao, Mao, Mao. There you are.
What about my clothes that I wear? Clothes normally makes by other people. Themselves still makes many and their own clothes. However, if I and my family just makes for my own, and then I buy the other clothes in the store or market. These clothes are made by the other people, either in my countries or other countries. So how do you call I am all the other people to make clothes that I wear.
Okay, so I'm gonna, in 10 seconds, I want you to choose one person to come to the typer. When I say go, you type the word, okay? Type the word that goes here. Only when I say go, okay? So, do you have a typer? Do we have a typer? I need a typer.
Yes, we do.
Okay, 2 has a typer. Thanh An, do you have a typer?
Yes, we do.
Okay, and we have a typer. Ready? Oh no, somebody typed already. Ready, set, go. Mao typed. Darn you, Mao. Oh, whoa. Okay, independent, dependent. I want to see what our third, we're missing oh, we have dependent. Okay. So the first one to type was Mao, but she cheated. She typed early. So I'm going to count, what is it? It's dependent, but then Mao retyped. So I'm going to give Mao the answer, Mao's classroom. She is dependent on her clothes makers. Okay. I think the next one is Miss Two. Okay, Miss Two, please read your story.
Okay. I have appreciated this relationship deeply for years. A former classmate at university, my husband and I shared a great partnership in academic and social life. We both love sports and kids, but unluckily we didn't have our own kids in the first 9 years of our marriage. Our love and devotion came to nephews, nieces, and our community roots. One winter, oh, you can imagine the winter in Can Tho. We happily recognized the existence of one son as a gift of God. Parenthood has found our love and optimism for life. The sharing in responsibilities has led us through life with hope and plans. Together, my husband, my son, and myself form relationship of love and support.
Thank you, Miss Two. Okay, I need my typers. Do not type until I say go. Do not type until I say go. Do I have a typer at each school?
Yes, we do.
2 is ready. Looks like Vinh Thanh is ready. Thanh An, are you ready? Do I have a thumbs up from Thanh An? Okay. Ready, set, type. Oh, whoa, Mao, so quick. Okay, interdependent. And then Yui's classroom. Oh, perfect, okay. So Mao is quickest. I think she pre-typed. Ah, interdependent. So we have Mao and Mao again. Okay, and then Mr. Yui.
English Corner is the place where the teachers share their best moments and information. Students can get information from articles, announcements about activities, or relax by reading stories. Moreover, they can see the pictures taken in every activity of the school. Students on the English Corner is engaging English environment outside of the classroom.
Okay, great. Now this one, this is a special one. You get extra points if you use the correct grammar. Okay? So do not type until I say go. Do we have a typer everywhere? We have one at Vinh Thanh University. Are you good? Okay. All right. Ready, set, type. Mao, you're pre-typing, I know it. What about Miss Two? Ready? Haha, depend! So Miss Two's class got it. Good. Good. All right.
Remember, you give us the extra point, remember?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
You
I
cross your
actually,
finger for that.
I actually forgot, so I'll make a note. Okay. So now let's move on to a little bit of more information. Or sorry, a discussion. I want to hear more from the students. So in general, are you an independent, dependent, codependent, or interdependent person, and why? If you think generally, big picture, what type of person are you? You can think about this for 2 minutes, and let's have one student from each classroom share. So think about your answer and who wants to share. You have 2 minutes. One more minute of brainstorming. Okay, my friends, are you ready? Do we have somebody from each school? So let's start with Can Tho University. Can we start with you? I'm going to stop share.
Of course.
Okay.
I think I am dependent in my brother because when playing game, I like I'm not good.
I usually point the location to him to go.
Yeah, you are my partner. We usually do our homework together. I do your homework. You do my homework.
What? No.
Yes, yes, you do.
I don't know about your homework.
No, you can. I know.
I can't.
Then we can help each other in the housework. Mostly you let me do your housework. I don't like it.
No, not because you very lazy.
Okay.
So Min, did you say you're interdependent or dependent?
Interdependent.
Interdependent. Beautiful. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, Mao, let's move to your class. In Mao's class, remember to speak really loudly. You have a unique situation.
So, good morning everyone, and today I will describe my characters that is depend on the study I mentioned about is I'm just a child, so I have to depend on my parents as they give me all the needs I need, is give me money, give study and knowledge as teachers as well. And by that situation, I will develop my essential skills and essential qualities to become interdependent on the future, as I can build my own purpose, my own opinion, and I can rely on myself and provide for myself.
So I want to become independent on your own, not just depend on my teachers and my parents.
Great, great answer. Thank you. And then let's move to Mr. Yui's classroom.
Hello everyone. Depend in my math union dependent is the parent and money because I'm a student. I don't go to work, so dependent I think is the parent and the money. The co-dependent is the teacher and the classmate in my life because I'm go to school. My teacher teach me, and I can and my classmate I can ask them some of things about the subject. The independent is much fun. Because I don't use because I don't spend more time to use the smartphone.
Okay, you are independent or dependent?
Independent.
Yes, okay, thank you. Okay.
That's all. Thank you for listening.
Oh, he got a present. Wow. That's an incentive. All right, for time, I think we'll move back to the PowerPoint, and I think it goes to you, Dan, to talk about web weaving. You're muted, Dan.
Not anymore. Not when I've got a whole class of students telling me to unmute. All right. So I'll speak loudly enough, looking to the class, but also looking to the computer here, kind of. A month ago, in our first class, we talked about your town and your city and the places and the leaders and the groups. You pointed out bakeries and restaurants and churches and schools and things that make community in Vinh Thanh, right? And others of you did that for Can Tho and for Thanh An. And the thing about what made all of those places important for community is that there were some people in Vinh Thanh and in Thanh An and in Can Tho who were creative, they innovated, they were also relational, so they loved communicating with people. Third, they were curious, they were interested, they were asking questions, and always curious for more. And fourth, they were willing to take some risk for the community. So building a restaurant, building a bakery, building a school, that all is a risk for the community, okay? So that was 1 month ago, we talked about community in that way. And then 2 weeks ago, your assignment was to think about community here at school. Who are the people here at school that hold it together and are creative and are relational and are curious? And who are the people here at school who take a risk to help all of you? All right? So that was 2 weeks ago. And you did really good maps of the people and places at school that are community. Okay? And then today, you gave us some pictures and profiles of yourselves in community. You too are part of community. So who in the room here is creative and relational and curious and taking risks for other people? Okay, so those are 4 things that you see in the town, you see in the school, and you see in yourself. Okay? So is a community woven together on its own? Does it just happen? Is it a natural thing that a community is woven together? Or does it take people who watch and who weave and who make the community come together? And do those people who watch and weave, are they people who are curious, relational, artistic, and passionate, even taking a risk for other people? So I call those people who have those 4 things, I call them the web watcher, because they're looking at a web of community, big and small. It includes themselves. It includes everybody. They watch everything, and they are a web watcher. And then they become a web weaver, and they put it all together. And this is called moral imagination, when somebody who is curious and relational and artistic and willing to take a risk for someone else. That's moral imagination. So my question for you is, do you know somebody who has moral imagination? Those 4 things that make a community a community. Somebody who is curious and relational and artistic and willing to take a risk. Do you know somebody like that? Can you think, ah, yes, I know who that person is. I know who she is. I know who he is. Okay, Katie.
Those are all the slides I have for you.
Yep.
Okay, great. So think about, Dan, this is a really good question. Maybe you can sleep on this question and think about it. Who in your community is curious, has good relationships, is artistic, they like to do art, and they are passionate. They do crazy things. They take big risks. Okay? And then I want to end with one more wonder question. Oh, first, do you know what a web is? A web? I'm going to go back here. This is a web, like a spider web. Okay, here's a spider and his web. Okay, a community is so many things. It is a town, a school, it's a person, and we hold it together with all of these things. Everything supports everything else, okay? Just to clarify that. Now, actually, we don't have time for this question. I want to go to Liz. Liz, could you describe this one?
There we go. So here, I am trying to summarize everything that we have been learning about with community, but also just hearing about what Dan talked about the web. I ask you, is Swimmy, does he have the characteristics? Is he curious? Is he relational? Is he artistic? And is he taking risks? I think we have a good example with Swimmy, but I think Swimmy also summarizes all the things that we were talking about community, talking about yourself, your school, and your town. So I have a picture of Swimmy here who is saying, who I say, here is Swimmy alone. He learned interesting things about himself, but had no one to share them with. This is self alone. And here is Swimmy in his first community. Maybe this is what it feels like in a town or a village. We belong and there are parts we feel connected to, but the whole community is not connected in his first community. They were all kind of going their own way. And then in the last part, this is community coming together. Many times a place like a school can bring the town and community together. A community together can accomplish good things. And one person can be loved and enriched and supported by their community. And I think that Swimmy helped create a community. You can't create community by yourself, but he helped create a community and he took the leadership part of it. And so that's my conclusion for community.
Thank you, Liz. So next global classroom, we're going to tie it all together, okay? We learned about community and how we relate to community. Are we independent, interdependent, dependent, codependent? So many things. Next global classroom, we're going to tie it all together. All right, so be ready to talk a lot and ask a lot of questions, okay? And let me stop share. This is the end of today's global classroom. Thank you, everybody. I'm gonna as always, I'm going to do my screenshot. So everybody smile big, peace signs, hearts. This one, right? Okay. Ready, set, everybody, can you smile? You in the front row in Vintan, I see you. Smile.
Perfect.
Great. Okay, bye my friends.
Bye-bye.
Have a lovely day.
Thank you, Katie.
Yep, see ya. Bye, True. Thanks for joining, True.
Cảm ơn cô Trúc.
Yes, thank you so much.
You know who she is, everyone?
True is in California.
Yeah.
He's Big Kill, right?
Thank you.
Big Kill or Big Kill, it's okay.
She's my lovely teachers for years in 1990. So love you so much, Coach Trúc. Thank you.
Bye.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Okay, bye.